For the third time in 2 years, Russia has announced that the Sarmat ICBM is ready. This time there's footage. But here's what nobody is telling you. This missile changes the nuclear balance in a way that goes far beyond the headline. The RS-28 Sarmat is Russia's next-generation intercontinental ballistic missile. It replaces the R-36M Voyvoda, a Soviet-era system that NATO calls the Satan. Hence the Western nickname Satan II. But this isn't just an upgrade. It's a fundamentally different weapon. The Sarmat weighs 208 tons at launch. It's 35 metres long with a 3-metre diameter. Its reported range exceeds 35,000 kilometres. For context, the circumference of the Earth is roughly 40,000 kilometres. That means this missile can strike any target on the planet from any direction, including over the South Pole, a flight path that bypasses existing US missile defence systems positioned to watch north. But the range is only part of the story. The Sarmat can carry up to 10 heavy MIRVs, multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles, or up to 16 lighter warheads. Each warhead can be directed at a separate target, one missile, 10 to 16 targets. But it can also carry something else, the Avangard Hypersonic glide vehicle. This is where the threat profile shifts. Unlike a traditional warhead that follows a predictable ballistic arc, the Avangard glides through the atmosphere at speeds between Mach 7 and Mach 12. It can maneuver mid-flight. Current missile defence systems are not designed to intercept an object moving at those speeds while changing direction. Russia claims the Avangard can penetrate any existing or planned missile defence. That claim is difficult to verify independently, but the physics of hypersonic flight, the combination of speed and manoeuvrability, present a genuine challenge to interceptors designed for predictable trajectories. This isn't happening in isolation. Russia has removed restrictions on its nuclear weapons posture. The last remaining arms control treaty between the US and Russia, New START, effectively collapsed in 2023. For the first time in decades, there are no limits on the number of strategic nuclear warheads either side can deploy. The timing is deliberate. The test coincided with Russia's Victory Day celebrations, a platform Putin uses annually to project strength. But the subtext is aimed at two audiences. Domestically, it's a signal that the military modernization program continues despite the enormous cost of the war in Ukraine. To NATO, it's a reminder. Russia's nuclear arsenal remains the most powerful deterrent on Earth, and it is being modernized. But there's a detail that complicates this narrative. The Sarmat program has been anything but smooth. Prior to this successful test, the missile had reportedly failed in a silo, with at least one catastrophic explosion that destroyed the launch facility. Putin has announced the Sarmat's combat readiness multiple times before, only for deployment times to slip. Some Western analysts view this announcement as performative, a tool of nuclear signalling rather than a fully matured capability. There's also the question of production. Russia claims Sarmat will enter combat duty before the end of 2026. Defence analysts note that deploying a system in the same year as its first successful test is extremely unusual. Producing, deploying and integrating a new ICBM into strategic forces typically takes years. On Reddit, one comment captured the prevailing Western assessment. This is also the same missile that's blown up in a silo many times before. Another said he's only doing this because he had to beg Ukraine not to bomb his pathetic parade. The skepticism is warranted, but dismissing the Sarmat entirely would be a mistake. Here's the strategic reality. A missile does not need to be deployed in large numbers to function as a deterrent. Even a small number of operational Sarmats carrying Avangard glide vehicles would complicate NATO's defence calculus significantly. The United States currently relies on a layered missile defence architecture. The ground-based mid-course defence system in Alaska and California, Aegis-equipped ships with SM-3 interceptors, and Terminal High Altitude Area Defence System, or THAAD. All of these are designed to intercept traditional ballistic missile threats, warheads on predictable arcs. A manoeuvrable hypersonic glide vehicle arriving from an unexpected direction over the South Pole, for instance, undermines the geometry these systems were built around. NATO's concern is not that Russia will launch tomorrow. It's that the strategic assumptions underlying Western defence planning, the idea that a missile defence can reliably intercept an incoming ICBM threat, are being eroded by systems like Sarmat and Avangard. That changes the psychology of deterrence, even if the hardware isn't fully deployed yet. Russia's test of Sarmat is not a surprise. It's a continuation of a pattern: nuclear signalling as a substitute for conventional strength. Russia's conventional military has been severely degraded in Ukraine. What remains is the nuclear card, and Putin is playing it with increasing frequency. For NATO, the implications are structural. Defence spending is already rising across Europe. Germany is planning a 260,000-strong military. The UK has deployed a carrier strike group to the North Atlantic, but none of these conventional capabilities address the challenge the Sarmat represents, a weapon designed to make existing missile deterrence irrelevant. The Sarmat may not be fully operational yet. It may never be deployed in the numbers that Russia claims, but as a signal of where nuclear balance is heading, a world without arms control treaties, with hypersonic delivery systems and eroding missile defence, it's a development that demands attention. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.